Leave that one now.
Thank you very much for coming. Yeah, with difficulty. Thank you very much, Robert, for that. That was very difficult to follow, so really, thank you. Guys, I'm going to try and speak without the microphone. If you can't hear me down the end, please just shout out. Pick up.
Use microphone.
That was Ian. I did actually heckle Ian at his wedding quite a lot, so please expect a lot of bands coming my way in the next hour and a half. Right, for those of you that have read our website, and when I say our website, I mean Holly's website, and judging from the amount of phone calls I've had over the last 2 or 3 days, that's actually not many of you. Including my witness's phone call at 1 o'clock this afternoon asking me what time we were going to the pub. I won't lie, when I first asked Holly to marry me, which was the first day of our holiday in Las Vegas, I had a very different affair in mind. I had an extremely tacky part-time Elvis impersonator, a drive-through wedding in our convertible hired Ford Mustang, done and dusted in 5 minutes, with plenty of time to hit the roulette tables afterwards, all for $35 or $40. I truly am sorry, Robert, I did try. As with many occasions over the last 7 and a half years, sorry. I had the basis of a good idea. It was good in principle. I thought well, and I'd done my homework, but the execution was wrong. And again, Holly was very willing in coming forward and telling me that I was wrong. Well done. It was a good idea to ask me to marry you, but we're not going to do it in Vegas. So, I said, fine, okay, we'll do it somewhere else. And I think it's fair to say that on this occasion, as with every other occasion in about 2.5 years, she was actually right. This is a wonderful place to get married, and I couldn't have picked a better place myself, and I assure you I didn't pick it. See, what I did was I based my decision on a wedding upon what would be a good story for the guys down the pub afterwards. and Holly is quite right. That's not what you base a wedding on. I didn't know that at the time. She was quite right. Today has, it's almost definitely been a lot more special than anything I could have organised on my own. And that's down to several people, and it's now time where I have certain people to thank, and I really need to start off by thanking both mothers of Holly and myself for the help that they provided us with over the last few months. And they've been constantly on hand to offer Holly or myself advice or assistance whenever we needed. They spent hours traipsing around wedding shows, which I'm sure you will all agree is a fate worse than death. I would like to offer a huge thanks to Sally, the mother of the bride, and the mother of me. Mum. And to say thank you, we have some flowers for them. At this point also, I'd like to thank a great friend of Holly's, who also has been on hand to provide assistance. She apparently loves going around wedding shows. Yeah, I don't get it either, but so she was quite happy to do it, and she has helped Holly so much over the last.
Friend's bed while Holly was sleeping next to him. That's just a shit story. So to write the speech, I thought I should take some advice from a few stories of some friends and family. The first piece of advice I took was to never talk about ex-girlfriends.
He doesn't have any.
I know. Don't get me wrong. At school, he was a very pretty girl. He did have nice boyfriends. Kids sitting over there.
That bracelet's true.
We always acted slightly strange to the opposite sex. Kay, Mel's sister, told me an amusing story of how he used to fancy her friends, but only before 12 in the morning. I wonder what he did midday. I'm sure most of you are wondering how Mel managed to meet such a girl like Holly. She's beautiful, charming, smart, loving, has better banter. And I think we all agree it's absolutely stunning today.
Yeah.
She deserves a good husband. Because she has Mel. How did they meet? It all started 7.5 years ago, where where Holly had been set up on a date to go to a Royal Marine Ball with a handsome, young, charming, dashing Marine. Of course, this wasn't Mel. Sorry, Baz, can you stand up, please?
Much better than
So Mel and Holly didn't exchange numbers at that ball, but Holly took the initiative and got his number off a friend. Holly's never told me what the answer phone message was that she left.
Oh
No.
no, don't.
So, how did the first date go? Holly tells me her first thought when she saw Malcolm is that's the only thing. Or maybe there's one more. So Holly's first thought of Malcolm was one of slight disappointment. Mal's first thought, I can only presume, was nervous excitement. Because that would explain the reason for his behaviour, why he thought it would be acceptable to deliberately trip Holly up so she landed flat on her face on a concrete pavement. He then decided to play a spoof to see who would pay for dinner. For all of you that don't know, spoof is a game where you guess how many coins are being held in someone's hand. Holly lost the game, had to buy dinner, so Mal then ordered expensive drinks. What a true gentleman. That was brilliant. The second piece of advice I received was not to mention the stag weekend. When you're in Newcastle with a group looking like that, I don't think I should repeat any of the stories. Especially when the stag ends up looking like Eddie Izzard in his cross-dressing days. For further advice, I turned to the internet. After a couple of hours of searching, I came across some pretty good stuff. Then I remembered that I was supposed to be looking for speeches. Which did take a while. I came across Malcolm's 5 Minutes of Fame.
Yay!
Captain Mal Bradford, 845.
Oh.
Daily Telegraph.